All right, you guys, let's get going on this. So on the last scene, I wasn't wearing my mask. I apologize. Safety first. So I'll wear my mask. Although I will say that the fumes really aren't bad. But my wife said I need to wear my mask. All right, so take this off. Oh, the other thing is I'm keeping my layout close to me in case I have any questions on the layout, just like always. All right, cheaters. Cheaters are good. Lights. Air hose. Get my stuff together here.
Did you put your air hose across your cord?
No, I did not. No, it's underneath it. All right. Oh, the star bond's still holding tight. No issues there. Okay. Now I think I'm going to set it a little bit deeper. It's starting to warm up out here. I'll be sweating. So this is also my getup. I'm trying to make weight for a big fight I got coming up with.
Whatever.
Here we go. Okay, folks, so remember on the last scene or the scene before that where I talked about how I can't even feel the grain of the wood? Now that I'm cutting deeper, which means I am at about, where am I, about 1/8 of an inch? Yeah, I'm a little over 1/8 of an inch, not quite to 3/16. Now I can feel that grain. However, I'm going to back off and go shallower because we're going to spray these black and the whole thing is going to be covered with clear resin, so you really won't see the depth anyway as long as I'm deep enough that I won't sand out any of my carving. So I'm going to back off so it's a little bit easier to follow that line and I'm not feeling that grain so much. Probably to about 1/8 of an inch. Here we go. Okay, well, I think that doesn't look too bad. I probably will touch that up a little bit. You guys can see I stayed away from the line a little bit. I always want to err to the inside on inset letters if I can, and then I can go back and touch that up. Okay, I can take off my mask now. Whew. All right, so I think, guys, that was actually quite a bit of carving just on that one letter. So I think I'm going to do the rest of the big letters off camera, and then when we come back, that'll be done. I'll go over every single letter. I'll go over really closely to make sure that it's exactly as good as I can get it. So I guess that's it. Oh, one other note. Note to self: don't sneeze or spit inside your mask. It's a bad idea. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm a wealth of knowledge. So anyway, that's it, guys. So we'll finish this off camera, then we'll come back. All right, folks, let's finish up the carving on this. So we've got all of the detail work done, all the small letters, all of the detail on the inside of the big inset letters. Now I've got my 60-degree bit in, and I've got it set at 1/4 of an inch. A lot of times you'll know when I'm doing big spots, I'm using the 90, but there's some pretty tight areas in here, and I want to be sure and not hit the edges. So the 60 will cut a lot narrower. So I'm just going to use the 60 and just be careful and not, hopefully, not hit the edges. So I'm in my anti-fly getup again, anti-fly and bug getup, because I just can't take the flies. I can take the heat, I just can't take the flies. So here we go. Let me get my lights on. Here we go. All right, folks. Well, I think you can kind of see what I'm doing there. Forgot to put my mask on. That's my bad. I should have been wearing my mask. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this up off camera, and I will be wearing my mask. It's not that the fumes are all that bad, but there's no sense taking any chances. That stuff is resin. So I'm going to do the rest of it off camera, come back, and then we'll get into the coloring of the letters.
All right, folks, here we go. So we've got, I've got pretty much everything masked off. I don't want to have to sand or, actually I think I'm going to take the excess black off a different way, but I wanted to just try and keep it to a minimum. So just this area, everything else is masked off. But one thing I have to do first is we're going to do a little bit different edge on this. So what I need to do is I need to, I'm using the primer, by the way. It shook up pretty good. And I'm just going to spray that edge. That edge right now, it's got resin on it, but I went ahead and roughed it up. I sanded it down, roughed it up, and give that, that primer something to stick to. And then we're going to, once the sign is all ready, then we're going to, well, not we, Vicky is going to resin the whole thing on top. And then it will just pour right down over the edge of this black. Oh, Magnum's barking at something. Could be somebody's at the front gate, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, so the edge is all sprayed. Now we're just going to spray these letters. Again, being very careful not to overspray. I don't think it would make that big a difference on this, but it's just always a good practice not to overspray. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this, guys, and then we'll come back and we'll get this black off here. Hey guys, all right, so we got it, we got all the masking tape off, and what we were going to do, the theory was we're going to use lacquer thinner or paint thinner. Both of those will take this black off, so we were going to use just a rag with paint thinner or lacquer thinner, but as it turns out, excuse me, I had to sneeze. As it turns out, that would just be a long process, and I've already tested this, that sanding works on here. So I'm just going to use, what do we got, 150 on here with a little random orbital, and I'm just going to sand it off, and then we can clean it off from there. Here we go. Yeah, that's what you have to be careful of, guys, with this random orbital. See how that's getting kind of frayed? So what I'm going to still use this a little bit more, but I'm going to, and I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day. I'm going to use kind of the leading edge, and I'm just going to pull it toward me, and I think that will kind of lessen the fact that this might get caught on those edges. All right, guys, let's blow it off. So the interesting thing with this, it's first time ever for me, because we've got black, Vicky put black marbling in here within the pink. It, you know, some places it's kind of tough to tell whether it's marbling or whether it's, you know, leftover primer that was on there. So I am gonna blow this thing off. We'll do the reveal and see what it looks like. Okay, so now, because the clear that Vicky is going to pour on here is going to, theoretically, it's going to make it all just absolutely shiny again. Oh gosh, the wind's really coming up. So I may go through here and look at it slightly and see if there's any more sanding that needs to be done. But basically the next step is just prep it and pour our clear on there. And then after that dries, then we're going to do something different on the edge, which that'll be my part again. So when we come back, we'll be pouring clear. Well, guys, you guessed it. We ran long again. But I promise you there's only one more video after this. So on the next video, we'll get that flood pour all done. Vicky will do that. And then we're going to do something special on the edge. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching and for your patience. There's just so many elements in this sign that I really wanted to give you guys everything that was going on there. Something brand new, again, never really done a sign like this through resin. So if you guys have questions, obviously email me, eric@makeawoodsign.com. We so appreciate you guys watching and your patience, and hope this was helpful for you. I'm on Instagram every day, Make a Wood Sign. I'm starting to put videos on Pinterest, Make a Wood Sign. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and you will see the finished, complete, last video on this on Wednesday. So thanks again, guys. Love you all. Have a great one. Bye-bye.